Hi everyone! Guess who's back on that YouTube game? Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's been literally forever. I'm so excited to have a video up for you guys. It's been a whirlwind. I've been focusing on some other things, acting, Pilates, teacher training, whatever. Anyway, so this video is about saving money. That's a lot of people's goals. It's one of our biggest goals with Alex, and we're not just saving to save, but saving in order to save some of my student loans and just pay off some debt. So if you are interested in finding out how I save money, then just keep watching this video. Okay, tip number 1, use up everything you have in your house first. I think we are low on something, we start thinking like you need to go buy more, and little do we know we have a bunch of things under the sink, in our cupboards, in our cabinets. So before I go and buy new lotion, new shampoo, new toiletries, new groceries, I always check what I have first. And I try to use up everything I have before I go buy something new. And it also helps me stay decluttered. Tip number 2, try self-care at home. So Alex and I occasionally will do a mask like on a Sunday and do like a self-care Sunday like that. I can't remember the last time I had a facial. They're very expensive. So I buy things or already have things that I can do a facial at home. I also have a ton of nail polish and things to do my nails, so I try to do that as well at home. I do get my nails done occasionally, but in those in between appointments, I try to do them myself. I also try to groom myself as far as my eyebrows and the stash, because that can add up as well. Also, a reason for you to be kind of doing this at home is you'll get better at it, and then if you ever find yourself not having time to go get something done, you already know how to do it. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, shop with a list. If you make yourself a list before you go shopping, you're definitely gonna prevent yourself from overspending and probably limit yourself to those impulse purchases. The stores know what they're doing, guys. They put all the really cheap, easy to grab things, in those at the front of the aisle, by the registers, because they know that you'll probably grab it and spend it when you didn't have to. So shopping with the list is very, very helpful in saving money and not overspending. And even when I shop online, I try to make myself a list as well of what I'm shopping for, so I don't get distracted and start buying other things and adding more to the cart than I needed. Tip number 5, meal prep. Alex and I do like to go eat out sometimes, and unfortunately our schedule does not allow us to necessarily meal prep for the entire week, but we try to meal prep as much as we can to cover as many meals as we can for the week, and that has saved us so much money. It's also been a lot healthier for us, and it's nice because it's something we actually get to do together and help each other out. We learn new recipes. There's things that we just like have that are our go-tos, that are quick and cheap and vegan. We do like to eat vegan when we can, so try to meal prep as much as you can, whether if it's just breakfast or maybe just lunch. Something easy could be like a salad. Honestly, just find a few of your favorite toppings, put it all together, and boom, you're out the door. You can buy bagged lettuce. It's really that easy. So trying to meal prep as much as possible for the week. Tip number 6 would be inexpensive or free dates. So Alex and I still want to go out and have fun. However, now we need to be more mindful of how expensive this date or activity is going to be. So we try to look for obviously free events and just inexpensive events. Some of the things that we've been to where we've had a ton of fun are actually a lot of musical events. He loves music and so do I. So that's been honestly not that hard to find, especially in LA. We've also been to museums. There's honestly like a day of free museums. I didn't even know. Also, like if you are a local, museums can be discounted for you, or they can be free as well, or during certain times or days of the week. I have right now 2 that I can think of, 2 websites that I currently use to look up inexpensive activities to do. I subscribe to Do LA. They're always hitting me up with things that are happening this week, this month. I can look for an event based on like the categories, so it can be for music or food, or I can just look up free events and something will come up. For Eventbrite, I can also categorize it and filter it as well. It's something that I actually was using way back in the day and kind of forgot about it and restarted using it again. And it's been very helpful as far as finding inexpensive things to do that are fun and trying different things. And obviously, the good old one, Groupon. I haven't been on it in a while, but it never lets me down. Usually, there's always fun things to do at a discounted price on there. Tip number 7 would be to take public transportation and opt for walking a little bit more. Alex and I don't have a car, so we obviously can Uber to a lot of places or Lyft. But when we can, we try to take public transportation or walk. So when we want to have something to eat, we opt to walking to our local restaurants. If we decide to take the train somewhere else a little further out of our neighborhood, it's nice as well because we'll usually have to walk a little bit to the station and from the station to the place we're getting to, and that gives us a chance to get to know a new neighborhood as well. So that's kind of one of the perks of opting for walking and taking the bus. Ubers and Lyfts can definitely add up. Tip number 8, buy used or secondhand. So I've definitely tried to put this more into practice, especially becoming, well, I don't know if I would call myself a minimalist, but after watching the documentary and trying to practice more of that lifestyle, I'm definitely trying to, not just buy more and new, but like buy used if I can, also to save the planet. But yeah, so buying used or secondhand, I definitely go to my local Goodwill. As an actress, sometimes I need things for headshots, for shoots, just randomness, and Goodwill is always a good spot. Also, if Alex ever needs anything like electronics or something like that, eBay is a good one. Facebook Marketplace is a good one. We've also found some of our furniture at a local Goodwill, and it was secondhand, and it's something that I hope I can always continue to practice, to buy used or look into it first as opposed to buying new, regardless of the amount of money I make in the future, because I think we forget about that sometimes. And I really don't know what buying new is going to do for you, other than depending on what it is, it might have a warranty, I guess. But yeah, opting to buying used or secondhand. Tip number 9, checking for coupons or deals. So for this one, I use it when I go grocery shopping, or not grocery shopping, but like if I go to Target or CVS, if I need something, I will look for it on the app and see if there is a deal going on for something that I need though. I am mindful that I'm not just buying it because it's cheap or it's on sale, but if it's something I actually need. As well as Yelp. Yelp has been literally hooking your girl up lately. At one spot, I got a 25% off my entire order just by checking in. At one of my favorite restaurants, I was able to get free chips and salsa. So if you're gonna go out to eat, look it up on Yelp and check those deals out. Also, another website that I use is Retail Me Not. I usually use it for retail stores. So if I'm at, like, I don't know, a Gap or a Target or whatever, I look on the app, Retail Me Not, I look up the store, Gap, and I'll see if there's any deals. And sometimes they will have like 10% off, 20% off, or blah, blah, blah. So it's been a great way to save money on something I was already going to spend money on. And of course, I will have all these little things linked down below. Cross your fingers, your girl knows how to do it, because I think I forgot, but we'll figure it out. Lastly, tip number 10, budgeting. Boom, mind blown, right? So of course, to save money, everyone should be budgeting. But it's more than just the weekly budget or the monthly budget. Alex and I actually budget for the year. So when I mean that, it's not as specific, but it's more of just having an idea about what we're going to do that year. If there's a special event coming up, like I had my dad's 50th birthday in January, I knew I was going to travel back home, so definitely need to save up for the ticket or get the ticket early so I can save on it. We went back for Alex's birthday, had to save on that trip, buy that ticket in advance to save money on it as well. So if you know that special things are going to come up throughout the year, or maybe you want to take a trip, or maybe you want to do something, I don't know, whatever it is, if you plan ahead of time, you give yourself enough time to save. So if you're planning something for June, come February, March, April, depending how expensive it is, you can start thinking, okay, let me put a little aside for it. Let me put a little aside for it every month, every week, or whatever. So then when it comes down to that date, you're not hit with the surprise of how expensive whatever was. So planning not only for the week, not only for the day, but looking at your year and at your month. Maybe if that's too long, maybe doing it by quarters, what you're going to be doing in the next 3 or 4 months. That has helped us tremendously as far as saving money for those events, and saving us money because we can buy things in advance. So we've saved a lot of money in travel. Well, guys, those are my 10 tips that I personally use to save money so I can get rid of some debt and just save in general and just become financially more stable. I really, really hope that these help you as well. If you use any of them, if you've used some before, if these are new to you, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to start a dialogue down here so we can help each other out, and I will catch you on my next video. Peace.